This is my 94 Explorer that I have for sale. I'll start off with starting it up. Hasn't been started in probably a week or so. Old battery, original battery cables, really cold and old. Let's see what happens. Not too bad. So, let's take a peek at the engine too. Alright. So, this is my beat up 94. It has seen a lot of hard use, but the engine is quite nice. It doesn't make noise, unlike the 91 over there. It makes a lot of ticking noise despite having a lot of work done to it. This is pretty quiet. Now the downside to this one, right off the bat, transmission. Never wants to come out of first. I think the clutches are gone on the second gear. It makes a funny sound, almost like a scraping, or not quite a whining, but just a weird sound. I originally thought it was due to too much sediment in the transmission fluid, because when I got it, the dipstick looked like liquid sandpaper. I've since put a filter on it, cleaned it up, exchanged some fluid. It's made no difference. It's possible that the valve body might be plugged, and it's an easy fix, but I think it's better to assume that the clutches are gone. And we saw this is white smoke, just moisture, no oil. This engine does really good. It's always been strong and reliable for me. It's just the transmission does not do what it wants to do. So the tires on this are all crap. This is the original spare. This is one that's been run bald and has perpetual leaks. This does have the manual mile marker hub, same as my blue one. This tire is bald as well. This one's newer, probably still about 10 years old or so. So basically all the tires on this are bad, but it does have the aluminum rims, and I have the fourth rim in storage. As far as the body, the paint is crap. It's peeling in several places there. It was hit in the back on this passenger corner. Various paint missing there. More paint missing in the front. The front seems pretty well untouched, just sun faded as usual with these. Now, there's rust there, but it still looks to be surface rust. The doors are still intact. I think it's just the skirting underneath that has held onto the moisture, or whatever that running board skirting crap is. Still pretty good. The interior is pretty well shot as well. This was used by a contractor that basically used this as a pickup truck. I do have the seat, but it's in crap condition as well. I have all kinds of books and manuals, factory original manual. I have lower and upper ball joints for the front end because those are shot. But I have replaced the radius arm bushings and one of the brackets because it was rotted out really well. I have done the brake lines on this, front and rear brake lines. You can see there. So it's safe. It moves and it's safe. I haven't done any plugs or wires on this. A lot of these plugs and wires are really old. I believe these wires are original. I did replace one wire, this guy here, just as a quick fix. So I mean, this is how it runs without a tune-up. All I've done is change the oil in it. That's it. This did have a radiator leak at one time, but it seems to have stopped. It still has all the factory AC stuff in it. This one is nice because it has power windows. Let's see, I think the switch is bad on the driver's side, but power windows and power door locks. It's got an aftermarket stereo. It does have the premium sound system. This is the XLT version, as you can see. So heated rear, not lift gate, but heated rear glass. This is the back end of it. It's got the rear wiper, or washer anyway. Well, yeah, wiper too. I've never used that. I've changed the front and rear differential fluids. I've changed the transfer case fluid. I've swapped out a couple quarts of the transmission fluid. I think it's only good as a core at this point. It does seem to drive straight. I think the only real alignment dash suspension issues would be the ball joints. Let's take a peek underneath here. This one, I believe, has about 190, let's double check here. 190,000, almost 191. Has cruise control as well, but I've never been able to test it since it never gets out of first gear, so you can't really go faster than 20 or 25. Four-wheel drive works very well. A lot of torque in the low first gear that it has. Doors close and open. Like I said, this is not a pretty interior. So this would be a good off-roading vehicle if you have fixed the transmission problems. All the glass is intact. I have never seen it leak, even in the front, like my other one does. Power steering is whiny. This is a, let's see here. This is a 2010 battery, so it's an 8-year-old battery, and you saw how it started cold. It runs and charges and works quite well. AC doesn't work, as far as I know. This does not have limited slip, but it does have the 373 gears. Same as my blue one, my blue 1991. Oh, it has ABS. That was something I was looking forward to. One of the roof rack pieces is gone. Let's see, I'm not sure what else to say about it. Oh, whoever ends up with this, there is a voltage parasitic draw in the headlight switch. If you get it in a certain position, that needs to be fixed. I think that's about it.